Welcome back, Roadrunners. It's your boy, the Lip Medallion. Boy, this has been an adventure. I never expected to have so many PC issues, a phone connectivity issue with my DJ Ohm. I couldn't even, if I recorded with my DJ Ohm, it would say that it was incompatible with my Vivavi software, which I had to buy because my new version of it, because my software is on a drive that just, for whatever reason, I can't read. All I did was change motherboard, processor, right? I went from 9th gen to 12th gen. Anyway, you know what? I may have had a lot of issues, but our Roadrunners didn't have a single issue with Memphis. And it's our players that didn't have a single issue with Memphis. And that's the best thing ever. So what changed? And I'm going to tell you what exactly changed. It's this simple. The players executed. Now, we talk about execution day in, day out. That is the fundamental, that's one of the pillars of being successful is execution, right? Here's my issue. Why should you have to execute at a high level when you're up 35-7? I'm going back to Tulsa. The reason why we beat Memphis when we had to execute, because remember, we came from behind at the half, start of the second half, and we had to execute to put Memphis away. Tulsa, we'd already done enough to put Memphis away. Tulsa, 35-7. Why didn't we run the ball? We should have never stopped the clock throwing the ball. We didn't need to. And in fact, if we aren't trying to throw the ball, we don't get that scoop and score sack, right? That was the game loser right there. I don't care what anyone says. Our defense only gave up 39 points. But our defense had them stopped for 7 points. You reward your defense. That's on the offensive coordinator. That's on the head coach. Run the ball. Everyone hears it. When you have a 4th down situation, get under center when it's 4th and short. What didn't Army do? What didn't North Texas do when they got 1st and goal? At the 1. At the 1. They didn't get under center. When you do that, and you're going to do a dive play, it's not 4th and short. It is 4th and 5 because you're 5 yards back. They were hiking the ball to 5 yards back. It's literally 4th and 5 at that point. Hey, did you know that at the junior college level, someone did a tush push? They didn't stop the running quarterback, and he ran for a touchdown, 60 yards, something like that. He went right through the middle. That happens. That's why you get under center. We need to do that more often. But let's talk about a nice little nuance that I saw. So I'm sitting there. There weren't very many people in the stands. It was rocking, though. Don't get me wrong. We were loud for however many people were in there. We were engaged, and the players fed off of it. But after number 13, Dumas, got the strip fumble, right? Everybody's on the sidelines because they sit near where I sit. On the opposite side, the back half of our defense sit on that end. The front half, the defensive linemen and everything are closer to the middle of the field. And Martavius French came down, and I could hear him clearly. We ain't done shit yet. We ain't done shit yet. In other words, let's don't stroke each other's ego. We still got a game to play. Let's stay focused. Now let's fast forward to number 13, Dumas. The ball's in the end zone. It's knocked down. He's diving for it. He's doing the right thing because you don't want to knock it down then because that was like 2nd down, I think. It wasn't like 4th down, right? And it wasn't the last play of the game where you got to preserve a lead. He's got to intercept the ball. He's got to turn it over. And it just hits out of his hands just perfectly and goes right to a lineman or my God, a running back or a receiver just happens to come there, catches the ball. He was distraught. His helmet was on his head still. It was bad. It's what you see players do. Martavius was over there, and he was coaching him up. I couldn't hear him because obviously he's a little quieter, right? And the gist was that I could tell, hey, we need you. We need you. Get your head in the game. It wasn't a mistake. You did the right thing. It just didn't go our way. That was huge for our football team. I can't tell you how huge that was for our football team. Because mind you, I'm pretty sure that was after we had a chance at the onside kick. Well, then we got the onside kick the next play, right? Let's talk about the positives. Let's talk about offensively the positives. Nobody was covering Amador off the line. He should have had a touchdown. This is on him. He ran an out route, and he was 4 yards away from everybody else on that out route. The pass was thrown to the outside or the goal line area versus towards the inline area, right? Back of the end zone. And he turned the wrong way. And he should have on that route turned over his left shoulder. And it's a touchdown for him. This is huge. This is huge because now he had allowed, I don't know if did you notice, Chris Carpenter was one-on-one a lot. And they held him on that one pass play. That should have been defensive holding. I mean, but I have seen other passes in other games where a guy's got his arm on the guy's shoulder and they're letting it go. I don't know what is pass interference anymore, what is defensive holding anymore, right? Because it clearly affected Chris Carpenter when he came back in to catch the ball. The guy ran through him. Now, if that isn't pass interference, then how is our very first defensive play where we got the interception? He didn't interfere with the Memphis guy. The Memphis guy was running the pattern he wanted to run. The ball was underthrown. He didn't interfere with him running his pattern. He was blanketing him. So if that was pass interference, that second one on Carpenter should have been pass interference. I don't know what officials are looking at. And here's the thing, it's the same official. Right? Well, maybe not. Because if the official would have been different, well, no, that should have been, that's the same official because he's the back official, not the head judge. Head judge is behind the QB. That'd have been the same official. Well, what didn't you see there? And that's the problem I have. And we deal with this. They say you got to overcome adversity. But how many times do we have to overcome adversity in that regards? Who else is overcoming adversity like that as much as we are? Okay, that's my rant. We ran the football good. Unfortunately, we're losing Rocco to the transfer portal. Hey, he wasn't getting the carries. We ran the football good. We did. How many different names did you see out there? How many names, when you saw were out there, could you name? Did you even know Dumas was number 13? I was talking with someone this week, and they go, where do you come from? I said, he played pretty good for us last year. He played a lot. He's played for us a lot this year. We're seeing Grays out on the field. That's what our defensive line, our defensive philosophy is. You've got to get a lot of players out there. No, Martavius has to be out there a lot. He's a captain. He's a leader, right? Danye is one of the better players. He's got to be out there a lot, right? Danye Taylor. So you get those guys, but then you got to rotate everybody else a lot. When you get that situation, you got to get them out there and got to get them playing like a quarterback. When you're dog stomping USF in 2023, you should have had your backup quarterback out there starting this fourth quarter. Plain and simple. Set simple. We were up too much, right? I get it. It was his last home game and everything. I get that. But no, start of the fourth quarter, we should have added it. Doesn't matter. That's how life works. Well, he definitely shouldn't have been out there for the second drive of the fourth quarter. Okay? Right? Fine? Good. So we agree on that, right? But how about the offensive line actually shoring up? They're doing some things. I think this team, if you look at it from that Rice game, there's something about this team. I know we lost to Tulsa after the Rice game, but there's something that this team has changed. And I think, and I'm going to say this, I think they saw that video being called trash. And they're like, we're not trash. We were on our side of the field. And now they're out to prove something. Maybe that worked. Maybe that absolutely worked for them. They realize it's them against the world. Well, they aren't against us. They will always have my support. Against me, I should say. They'll always have my support. We need the offensive coordinator when we play UNT. If we get up big, we need the offensive coordinator to know, run the clock. That is the literal 12th man when you're up. They are your friend when you're up. They are Army's friend. Army went on a 14-minute drive. I've made my case. Army went on a 14-minute drive. That should tell you how important game clock is when you have the ball and you're winning. You shorten the game, right? Now let's talk about Army in North Texas. Did you guys watch the game? We had the weekend off. Did you watch the game? I think UTSA can win out. I think UTSA can win their last 3 games. I really do. They have to play like they played against Memphis, but they can win their last 3 games of the season and win the bowl game. And that would be a successful season for where we've gone. 19 injuries, 27 injuries, however many injuries we have. The players we've lost. This defensive line is playing lights out without Joe Evans. He's a big boy, and he would take on 2 guys, and that made our defensive tackles or our defensive ends. We run a three-man front, right? So he's the nose guard. That would make our 2 ends just one-on-one, because then we always throw in a pass rushing linebacker or something like that, right? A linebacker at the line, like what we did a lot with Trey Moore, right? Trey Moore was a hybrid for us. Donnie's a hybrid for us, right? And that is huge. Martavius is a hybrid force, right? That's huge. That he would get so much attention because he could just push the other human back, right? So they would need help as the game went on. When Triplett is setting records, he's an awesome player. He's high. What do they say? He's got a high motor. He's high intensity. He's high effort. He's really technically sound, but he's not the biggest dude in the world out there. But he's still getting past the offensive lineman to the quarterback. That's a sign that our defensive line coach has really coached these kids up, and they are playing hard for him. Don't be surprised if we lose Coach Haynes in the offseason. Don't be surprised. Life of a G5, life of us. So we played in those really awesome black uniforms everybody loved. Why weren't they up for auction? Did you guys call and say, why aren't you putting these up for auction? Talk about the perfect NIL opportunity for those players. Name, image, likeness. Bought their jersey. Got their name on it, because we can sell stuff with kids' names on it now, and that's how they get NIL. Those would have been perfect. They're Adidas branded. We're not going to wear them next year. I doubt we're going to wear them. I hope we don't wear them again this year. I'm navy, orange, and white. I'm a road runner. We're blue and orange and white. That's what we've always been, that we were when I went to school there 40 years ago, however long it is. But that's important, who we are, right? Now, I'm not against these special jerseys and whatnot. Not like this. It was a Halloween, November 1st, Dia de los Muertos, right? So that makes sense. Lights out. We were supposed to play at night, and then ESPN came in and made it an 11 o'clock game, yada, 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 and it lost its vibe, right? We would have been a lot cooler, right? being at night, playing in the All Blacks and stuff like that. I get it. But we can't do it again. No. The helmets were fine. If our colors are black and white, I don't know, that'd be perfect. Those were really sharp black and white unis. They really were. Don't get me wrong. They needed to be up for auction. Our AD and everybody needed to be, let's go. This is a strike while the iron's hot, like they did with the Blackbird uniforms. Y'all clamored over them. 4 helmets should have been auctioned. You don't think they could have gotten $1,000 for each one of those helmets? A full set of helmets, from what I was last told, was like $10,000. That's like 100 helmets is like 10,000. So they're $1,000 a piece. Not 1,000, 100 a piece, basically. $4,000. You've covered off 4 helmets, right? You've covered the pay of those white helmets. That guess what? See them back here? Right? That's those. They just restripe them, resticker them. Because our original white helmets were painted over to make them black. But those white ones, those are just stickers. Take them off. Whatever's left over, take them off and make them our normal white helmets again, right? How about this? How about 10 of the helmets? Memphis, UTSA 44, Memphis 36, or whatever the score was. UTSA. Think about it. 44, 36 on the back, right? I don't remember what the back of the uniform helmet looked like. So you may have to put something different because it might have had the Alamo on it, not the Alamo Dome, right? I'm just saying there's something could have been done that would have garnered a lot of money for the quick cash. Should have been done. Should have been done. Should have been done. We're not thinking. Talk about the NIL to rule all NILs, right? There's a blanket NIL. You can donate to it. I could donate to it if I wanted to. And you get RAF loyalty points, which is great, which is how it should be. But what are the specifics? Have you gotten an email that said, hey, UTSA donor, this is how our NIL works. If you put $100 to that, you get 2 RAF loyalty points or 3, whatever it is. If you put $500 in there and you say, I'm going to donate $500, I want it to go all to football, I want it to go all to baseball, I want it to go all to volleyball, we can make it happen. That should be in our inboxes. We should have gotten a phone call. We should have gotten a text. Right? Don't you agree? I think that's the simplest thing ever that could have been done. Simple cash grab. It's called a cash grab. Go make it. Man, cash money. Where do I want to spend my money? I heard y'all talk. I heard y'all say that. Man, they need to sell those. I heard you. They couldn't have possibly not thought about this. I'm just saying, that's bad. Anyway, let's talk about beating North Texas. It's North Texas Hate Week. I know this is Monday and I've been fighting this, trying to get this out for a week now. And now I've found something else, and I've found another tripod that I had holding this up for me. It's not my DJI Osmo Ohm 4. It's not that. It's just your standard to hold that there and put my camera still. That's why it doesn't, there's something different about this. This isn't as in focus, right? They seem further back. So I think there was something, they said I was like missing a codec or something. I probably need to go buy a codec for it, and I'll say 99 cents or whatever. I don't know. What's the purpose of buying all that software? It doesn't come with it in the first freaking place. That's what I don't get, but whatever. Anyway, I got this solved. So, and you know what? I may have a cheaper version coming up and be able to do that through my LG gaming software. Who knows? Anyway, peace out. Birds up. Roadrunner for life. Put a Vita.